Yep, they gave me room 333. Let's do our traveling tarot. Hi everyone, this is Ellen Marie Francisco. Thanks for coming into my channel. I am working on the road in Sudbury, Ontario, and I would love to help you get through your week with this little traveling tarot segment. So thanks again. Come on in. Okay, so let's have a look. What's going on? Our weekly tarot draw. Whew. A lot of emotion in the air this week. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see cards we're getting today. All right, first card, here we go. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Excellent. Ace of Cups. Second card. Six of Pentacles. It's a lot about support from family. We'll talk about that in a moment. Third card we're dealing with. Ace of Pentacles. Next we have King of Swords. All of these will make more sense. Eight of Wands. There's some karmic timing in this card. We'll see what that's all about in a moment. Seven of Wands. Seven is the heaven's calling. 10 of Wands. This is the unburdening. And we've got the moon upside down. So what secrets are coming out? We'll find out. Four of Swords upside down. Universe, trying to create space so we can rest and receive our messages. The last card is the Two of Pentacles. So we're looking at balancing acts here in both the financial realms as well as the personal realm as it relates to self-esteem. All right, so those are our 10 cards we're working with. Let's take a look at how this spread shows up, and then we'll go in individually and we'll talk about each of them. And thanks for showing up while I am on the road. All right, so we've got our Ace of Cups up top, Six of Pentacles. You know, when I do this spread, I often talk about this middle card representing the person who's asking the question, who wants the information. So this Ace of Cups is like a God on earth, or God's energy coming to the earth plane, bringing you new beginnings in your heart path, new beginnings in things that really make you happy, the promise of new things to come. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles crossing, who's visiting. This is a great card. Also, our Ace, our sweet little Ace. So it's coming in, you know, when we're looking at the overall spread, I'm just going to do this quickly. You know, to me, this is the heavens talking. This is the heavens talking. These are the ancestors calling. So this is coming right on top of us. You know, the idea of the progression of our evolution with an 8. So this is very karmically timed. 7 over here, heavens are coming to talk again. This can be the sign of empathy, this card, you know, feeling too much, having to be burdened by things. The moon itself is the subconscious and, you know, shadows and illuminating things. So, you know what? Spirit's really, I believe, pushing us to let go of things this week that we should not be holding on to lighten our load so we can get up in a way. The Four of Swords is very much like, listen, we've got messages for you from the heavens. They're coming in whether you want them or not. So adapt, basically. And then the two of Pentacles at the end, upside down, readdressing a lot of your own financial needs and directions and things like that. Also maybe overspending. Sometimes this can be an overspending card. There's a little bit of the overview. We're going to go in card by card now, and we will figure out how all this relates. okay, and how to make the most of it this week. Okay, so we'll start again at the beginning. Here we are with the Ace of Cups. Remember that this is a version of yourself that is coming into new light at this point. You may have been dying for a new beginning for a really long time and a little uncertain about whether you're ever going to get it. This Ace of Cups does show that there are some kind of breakthroughs in your emotional wealth system and in the ways that you feel most connected to yourself. So, aces are a God sense as well as they are the part of you, your higher self, and your God essence that is being more activated now. We've had a lot of things hitting our planet, so you're probably still integrating some of your own downloads. You know, there may be parts of you that weren't extremely ready to be happy in your current version of your life. And this could be a turning point for you to be able to release and surrender whatever resistances you have into receiving. Life is full of new beginnings. So somehow you're getting a new beginning with your own heart. And the fact that we've got the Ace of Pentacles in a pivotal position underlying you, the collective in this spread. The Ace of Pentacles is also new beginnings with money, new beginnings with our self esteem and the way we think of each other. So, if you've been integrating new information that basically boils down to, I'm going to follow my heart's desires and my passions and the things that are gurgling through me to be addressed or paid attention to, then you're in your energy. With the Six of Pentacles crossing, this to me, these are ways that you may be finding out how others support you, because the Six of Pentacles to me is a support card. It's either your family, your parents, members of your family that are in a position to help you, that love you so much that they're willing to come in with the cheddar, and help you get to your next step. So if you've had some long boiling desire to start something and you needed a little bit of financial backing, or you needed somebody to just go, "Atta girl, you go girl," that may be coming from your family. As well as, let's not forget, family is even the family that's not here. So if you've had loved ones that have passed in these last months or years that you're, really still missing and feeling the pocket from, the six of Pentacles could be telling you, hey, your granddad's standing right behind your shoulders helping you, or your dad is, or your mom is, or somebody in your ancestral line is taking an avid interest in your culmination of your heart's content. If you're not doing what you need to be doing for your own happiness, and this card is hitting these next couple of weeks or the next month, then you may be dealing with whatever the psychological load is as to why you would choke off that help, that support, and on and on and on. So, yeah, there we go. So I would say keep in touch with your heart's desires. Make sure you're not shelving them, and take small steps towards whatever you love at this rate, is I think what we're going to do with this energy. Ace of Cups is also a lot of passion, right? Like lots of passion. So if you're not in your best life or avidly working towards it consciously and willingly, it could be that, these energies are coming in to say, hey, maybe a little bit of a nudge in the right direction to do a little bit more work. The Knight of Swords is following in this spread. This is a lot of truth. This is a lot of leadership. This is a lot of competence, confidence, and trust bestowed in this person. So there could be somebody that you're working with. Here is the king, with the king coming in. So this could be a mate. This could be an authority figure that you deal with in the office, things like that in your career. So there may have been a pivotal point where, one of the sweet humans on earth gave you a bit of a wake up call with some unnerving truth, and or a little bit of a, oh,
I never really saw it that way, kind of a truth. So you may be processing truths that aren't yours that you may have to adapt into. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes we're afraid to accept certain truths about things and we kind of waddle in the sidelines of our own lives and we slow down our own timelines because we're not really taking much action. So this could be a point where you may need to reach out and allow others to know what you're going through and what you're dealing with. So even though you may be handling a lot of this on your own, like aces usually, like they're pretty self-determined. They're usually pretty self-motivated. They're usually instilled with this sense of, oh my God, I've got to get this done because, God, force, and spirit are working on you anyway to get it done. So use that King of Swords energy to allow your truth to come through. And if there are people that you trust or that you are putting your trust into to get to your next step, then this may be a time where you really do need to listen and bring others into the fold, and help you get there. So sometimes it is true that our biggest advancements in our own lives are when we are willing to accept help or influence from others. Now, on top of that, crowning us in this reading is the Eight of Wands. The eights are always a little bit of karma coming calling. Doesn't mean it's bad karma, it just means that there's some sense of setting things straight so that you can take off into new directions. So when I look at the Eight of Wands, I really, in a lot of ways, I take this card very literally. This is an up and away moment in your life where if you've got good footing, it's quite possible that this is where things are going to really start taking off for you and that there is some karmic charge to it. So whatever the biggest things that you're doing are gearing up to do right now have to do with your own soul contracts. Again, we came in as an ace this week. So we are God incarnate trying to be our best, highest self at this rate. So you may have cleared some things off the decks in the last little bit, and this could have been taken months or weeks or days. Regardless, this is showing us that we are primed for the takeoff and that a little bit of faith and a little bit of trust isn't going to hurt anyone. So the wands also deal with career, your job, place, things like that. But it also, on a very personal note, it deals with how we feel about ourselves and what we're willing to do about it. So you may be taking some bold risks right now. You might be taking a really deep breath and like, okay, that's it. I'm just going to do it. And let's look back to the Six of Pentacles. So any problem you have, any new direction you've got, who is your family? Who are your ancestors that you're praying to? Don't be afraid to jump the veil and ask for help from the ethereal world and anybody hanging out in those astral planes willing to help you do whatever you need next. Don't underestimate the amount of support that is at your fingertips. So coming around the bend with the Seven of Wands, this is a coming out party, basically. Above it, we had the eight. Here's some karmic charge. Something's got to happen by a certain time. It's coming into your future. The next card with the Seven of Wands, this is a very pivotal point in the reading because it tells us what direction we're going in next. And the rest of the cards will tell us the influences while we're going there. So, yeah, like this guy, you can't keep this under wraps anymore, whatever this is. You might have had projects you're not sharing with people. You might have had things you were just waiting to take action on. You just need the right amount of whatever for. This card is basically like, let's go, get up and giddy up, basically. And don't hold yourself back. So you may have, sometimes we go through this expansive period and then we contract. And because we're like, blah, 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 I don't know if I'm ready. So you may be going through this little, I don't know if again, this 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Not because you're losing momentum or anything like that, but because you just need a minute to adapt and and integrate and to feel, right? Like, holy wow, what's going on here? All this change, all these new beginnings, all these new possibilities. It's just amazing how sometimes we dream and then it comes true and then, oh my God, what are we doing next? So be willing to go along for the ride. I don't let, like, none of these cards have anything to do with how your brain is working or overworking. These cards have a lot to do with what your soul needs now and what your soul and your higher self combined, right, are going to do to make sure they get it. Yeah, I mean, these are times of change as far as I can see. You've also got okay, so we've got where are we here? We've got our Seven of Wands. We do have the unburdening card coming up too, so we'll talk about the Ten of Wands as well. So, in fact, I'm going to talk about the Ten of Wands now because we do have the moon warning us things are coming up, things are coming out. We've got the Ten of Wands warning us we may be a little overloaded anyway. We may have put a lot of things onto our shoulders that were really not ours to do, or we've taken a lot on our shoulders that is ours to do, but it's a lot. It's way more. And you may even be looking up at the heavens going, really? This is what I'm dealing with right now? All of this at once? Sometimes there is that pile-on energy with this kind of a card. It also is a sensitivity card. It alludes to the fact that your sensitivities and your ability to heal others through your words as they are burdened. So, this could be your unburdening, or it could be you helping somebody else unburden themselves as well. They may be looking at you and following by example because you're leading by example very well. And anyway, if you are a person who's in service to humanity, your gifts could be moving you into more healing realms, trying to help others not suffer unnecessarily as well. So this card is, you're going to have to sort of decide which side of the fence you fall on with this card. Are you doing too much for others that you really shouldn't be doing? Could be delegating to others to help. Again, if we've got the Six of Pentacles crossing us, this is a support card, financial, emotional, and otherwise. So, are you being a martyr to yourself and doing too much for everybody else because you want to look like the good guy or the good girl, or what? So, I would say examine your motivations in these couple of weeks as well surrounding this reading, because you may be. This is tricky because I'm just picking this up. You may be running old programming in new settings, and the new settings require new programming that's more neutral and less sticky and less, what do you call it, determined. So don't go into anything, or try not to go into anything with too many preconceived notions. What if A and B equal D this week? Could you handle it? What if there was a new definition running through your life, a new baseline? So be willing not to make too many big decisions during this next week or so, unless it's an inevitable decision that you've been wanting to make for a long time and the timing finally came. With this moon, you may be realizing the parts of you that are still stuck, the parts of you that are still a little, grounded in the past. So your future and your past, I think, are both calling for attention right now, which could make being in the here and now a little odd, right? Because you could be in the here and now, but you could be in three different time zones. The other thing about the moon is deeply emotional. We've had a full moon recently that was sort of pulling on us. And what else do I want to say about this? Secrets, life secrets. Secrets are coming out in the political world around us. I feel like in this card, I think the influence of the moon, she can hold a lot of deep secrets, but does that mean she wants to? Right? Like, Sometimes there just has to be a telling all or a releasing of all. So I would have some heart to hearts with yourself during this little phase. Just allow yourself to go in flow. Try not to fight the flow, basically, with the moon card, because this spread has a lot of spiritual overtones to it, which means you're getting hit by your own spirit guides, your own God source, your own higher self, your own past lives. Right? It's a lot of the invisible world and the intangible world that is actually pretty tangible, that's sort of defining what's going on. So I want to address the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords really is a take time, take a step back, don't move so quickly. Make sure that you're listening to your messages again. We come back. Like the Four of Swords is more powerful because it is to me a spirit card saying we're sending you messages. You're actually getting the messages. You're not just like asleep at the wheel here, but they wouldn't mind you being asleep more often because it's easier for you to get your messaging sometimes when you're not awake. It comes in through your astral channels or into your heart or wherever while you're least expecting it. And then you've got more to work with, when you wake up in the morning. So basically, make sure you do get your rest during this period, especially if you're in states of overwhelm or in great states of change, because like I said, we live between two worlds when these big changes happen. And it can be a lot, even though it's good. It can be like, what the heck just happened to me? And how do I, like, who am I anymore? So, and the fours are foundation cards. So with the aces, with that Seven of Wands, with the hint of that Ten of Wands unburdening, I'm saying you're poised to really make constructive, beautiful new changes in your own life in a way that you can soften and sit in to your world with a different kind of grace, like aha. So I would give a lot of wiggle room to your scheduling. I would give wiggle room to the time that it takes you to get from your place to wherever's next, and on and on. I would give yourself time to just daydream a little bit. Don't forget to dream big during these pieces of time because of the way that the aces are hitting us. There's a lot of spiritual support here. So it's quite possible, I believe, we run around in these soul pockets with people in like these little, pods, auric pods with our soul families and sometimes our real families. So bear in mind that, this is a time where you're looking to your left and your right and ahead and behind going, who's with me here? Like, who's really with me? So you may be sorting through true allies and wannabe allies in your own life. Does that mean you don't love everybody? No, it just means that there's a pecking order to how you're running your life, and not everybody needs to know everything. Not everybody needs to be there, on and on and on. So there may be new crews around you, meaning, there may be new souls that are coming in, or souls that are coming in with different parts of themselves. Sometimes you have, relationships that fall to the wayside for, years and years, and then they come around again, and you find that you're kind of coming full circle, but you haven't really gone anywhere yet. So yeah, I really think that this is a big shifting. When I feel into this energy, I feel almost like the earth is moving below us and shifting us around here, a little here, a little here, there. So do the dance with life, I guess, is how I would also say that. This is a dance. Sometimes we go backwards, sometimes we go in circles, and sometimes we just hit the floor. So keep that in mind and don't take too much of this too seriously, but also be resolute in your own desires, right? Like, you're here. Just remember, and that maybe not enough people say this out loud, and you're certainly not learning this in school. But we're here to live a mission and to succeed in certain thematic topics, and things need to heal through us in the earth phase of our lives. So just be here, enjoy nature, enjoy your day. Like I said, we need a little bit of wiggle room with some of what's going on here. So no quick no quick crazy decisions without really feeling like, yes, I can live with this decision, I can live with the consequences, and I'm ready to take flight, basically. So we've got a Seven of Wands saying, this is our bust out moment. Trust yourself, go deep, trust your higher self. We're going to take off, we're going to get out there, and right beside it is the moon. And then the Four of Swords. So both of these cards are upside down. So this is information coming out, it's coming up, coming forward. It could be, you know, often as we expand, there's parts of our shadow that just need to be cleared out. It's just part of the way the energetics work. That's why, yeah, I think that expression, oh, you got to take the good with the bad, because often when the good is really happening, something bad needs to be worked out of you, right? Some horrible memory or some terrible phase of your life that you never really got to say goodbye to. There may be these little healing moments where you really get confused or really get annoyed at, like, why is all this good stuff happening and why do I still feel so terrible, or why do I doubt so much when everything's so many good things are happening. All right, so our final card is the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, twos are balance. I often feel like this has to do with sometimes real estate as well. So the Two of Pentacles upside down. It is money, it's self-value. Let's go back to the Ace of Pentacles. That was the underlying card. The underlying card is, again, deeper parts of our realities, deeper parts of our soul truths. So with the Two of Pentacles, I would say any part of you that doesn't hold good value for yourself, who isn't choosing you first. Yes, I need this, and once I have this, you can have this. You know what I mean? We'll give other people everything before we take for ourselves. This card is basically asking you not to do that. Don't be the martyr. That also ties in with the Ten of Wands. Don't be the martyr. Don't be giving money to people that, may not pay it back, or at least caution. I mean, some people don't care, right? They give to give, whatever. I don't need it back. That's fine. But if you're giving out of guilt, if you're giving out of obligation that doesn't feel right to you anymore, if you're giving in any way that doesn't feel good to your soul, that just feels like you're being gypped somehow, then I would say tidy that up. I would say, you're going into an expansion, so that's a contraction. You don't want to be contracted as you're expanding. It's painful, like joint pain and all the rest of it. You just, like, your body will be in pain in one way or another, or telling you, hey, something's off. Let's move into a better sense of equilibrium here. So yeah, this may be, you may just be, this may be the time that you're also, because of these projects or things that are having breakthroughs, that you may be investing more in yourself. And that could be very scary. You'd be like, what if I'm wrong? What if I'm not worth it? What if I don't do it? What if? So don't allow your little insecurities to rule the roost, like the Two of Pentacles, that may be coming out. She might be like, oh, I'm not good at this and I'm not good at that and I don't know this and I don't know that. And meanwhile, you've got all this energetic, emotional, spiritual support around you. You've got the wing, you've got the breath beneath your wings in these next couple of weeks. So take flight. Where are you going? Don't hold on to the past, whatever you do, unless you're cleaning it out. Then hold on to it long enough until it's gone. But shake it out. This is a bit of a shake up, shake down, take off. So you don't want heavy baggage on this next journey. You wanna have what you need, and that's it. All the wants will just kind of fill in as you're taking care of your needs. Okay, so be willing to change the view you have of yourself. And definitely don't be talking down about yourself at any time, okay? Unless it's in therapy where you're just trying to get to the bottom of why you feel the way you do. Otherwise, keep it light, keep it positive, and keep it affirmative. We are energy. Everything we say to ourselves gets stored somewhere. So if you find your mind getting into too negative, a place, then get the outside help. Go to that King of Sword energy. Who can help me be better with this? Who can help me be kinder to myself? Who can give me the words of encouragement that I don't have for myself right now? So be willing to form supportive alliances. Do not be a loner during these next couple of weeks, I guess is another way that I put it. Don't be a total loner. Allow the world to help you. The help is waiting in the wings. Lots of people just like to help to help. They don't need to get anything in return. So don't get all weird and paranoid about people trying to help you and wondering when does the shoe drop and when do you take it from me again? Don't think like that. Unless that's your psychic hit, okay, fine. But generally speaking, go with it. Okay? So use the God energy that you've got. We all came in with a little piece of God on earth to fulfill our missions and to help others fulfill their missions. So you may be also being led to give in ways that you haven't thought of giving that are part of your soul destiny. So, sometimes we're just afraid to be us. It's just the way it goes because the more committed we are to ourselves, the more people will notice, right? Because you're not a wallflower trying to fit in everywhere and doing everything that everybody wants you to do. You're actually, taking care of your own needs for your own self. So I hope this helps. God bless and Goddess bless.
I hope you have a great week coming up ahead of you. Make the most of it by doing the best for yourself, and we will see you next time when I'm on the road. All right, have a great day. Thanks for coming in. Much love. Bye.